probably know him best from a successful rap career, but now he's branching out and challenging himself with something new.
You're gonna reach your full potential and do the work that's necessary to, get to a place where you want to be instead of just accepting what people will allow you to be.
His comedy tour is, of course, about laughs, but also about being open and real.
You're very open about those experiences.
Sure.
And it's
I did sell crack, and
okay.
I did.
Why do you tell people that?
Well, I mean, it's because it's my testimony.
He's a rapper, actor, entrepreneur, and here with his comedy family, the Ha Ha Mafia, he is.
Oh man, Tip Harris here, man. Man, this Tip Harris, man, coming to you on the post, but I'm doing this second time because the first time the cameraman didn't quite get it right.
You know the deal. Talk to people doing big things. They're sharing their stories, how they use their voice for good. It's tough to introduce you, man. 'Cause you got Grammys, you got acting credits, entrepreneur, philanthropy, now on tour doing comedy. T.I., Clifford Harris, joins us in the studio.
Man?
How you doing, man? Thanks for coming in.
I'm chilling, man. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We normally kind of go through sequentially somebody's life and talk about their stories and their experiences.
Okay.
But I was intrigued because with all the stuff you're doing, now you're doing comedy.
Yeah.
So I feel like I want to start there, and then we can go back and figure out how you get to that. I mean, it's a simple question. With that level of success, why? Like, why do comedy?
I think it's refreshing. There's a level of peace that I found, in sharing the challenge of my adversities with the rest of the world, and just finding something to grow and evolve at this stage in my career.
Is it hard? Is it fun?
Yeah, it's all of those things. It's difficult. I think there's a definite. It's probably one of the most difficult skill sets that you can acquire. Okay. To channel laughter, immediate laughter, live on stage with a room full of strangers is probably one of the most difficult things that you could do.
We were talking before you came in the studio about whether or not the level of success you had makes it a higher bar for people. It's like when Michael Jordan goes to play baseball. Like, people already look at that person as excellent in something.
Yeah.
Did it make the bar that much harder for you when you decided to do it?
I have no idea. I don't think I gave it any level of consideration. I just went out there, man, and shared parts of my life with the world that I don't think that they got out of my music. And I think they found, a different level of candor, that has made for a great time for a lot of people, and sold out shows across the country.
Was it everything that you expected? Was it eye-opening?
I think that I never get the shock and awe out of the faces of people or the eyes of people in music the way I do in comedy. It's like they just can't they can't believe that they're witnessing the experience. You know what I mean? Especially when they find themselves laughing, they kind of forget who I am for a minute.
One of the things I saw online, you start doing it, you're watching the show. There are laughs, the crowd's all participating, and at some point there's some people who come at you with the, oh, come on, man, you're a rapper, you're a performer, you're an actor, you're not a comedian. How do you handle the critics?
In life, I think everybody's going to always have people that expect them to stay in this box that they fit them in. So I think you have a conscious decision to make for yourself. Are you going to allow somebody to place you in a position and keep you there? Or are you going to grow with all the gifts and all the strengths that God has given you, and you're going to reach your full potential and do the work that's necessary to get to a place where you want to be instead of just accepting what people will allow you to be? That it doesn't really move my needle one way or another.
You pointed out that comedy lets you be open, talking about things in a way that you couldn't in other ways. But throughout your life, you've been pretty open about the things that you've done, things you've experienced, the things that you wanted to do. Why the need to share even more? Is it empowerment?
It's cheaper than therapy. I think, evolving to a place where you can be candid about your spiritual journey about the lessons you've learned and the things that the tools that you've acquired on the way, the epiphanies you've reached, the perspectives you've gained, and the level of consciousness that you've made it to on the road. You know, I think that all of those things, man, they kind of offer you a freedom.
How'd you get into the journey of hip hop, entertainment, acting, going way back to your childhood?
Man, I say about 8 years old. I began writing raps in class to occupy my mind when I had finished work before the rest of the class, keep myself, you know, out of trouble. And you know, my classmates began to challenge me to write more and more and more out of disbelief, you know, that I could actually do it. And the cafeteria table was my first stage.
Yeah, and it just grew from there?
Not very much, but it did grow a little, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit.
Your career has grown,
Just
man.
a little bit, yeah. You know, I've been fortunate. I've been blessed to do what I love for a living for 20 plus years now, and it's, you know, it's definitely been a ride.
It's the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and everybody's talking about that. But you kind of launched the subgenre of hip hop. I mean, people weren't talking about trap music. Did it even exist?
20 years since we launched trap music, because I feel like trap music is nothing that one person can really, I guess, can own individually. It's a collective effort, because in order for it to remain successful and have the relevance that it does today, it has to be related to by so many people who share the experience that comes from, you know, being a refugee from the war on drugs. I think everyone, you know, directly or indirectly has been affected by the crack era, the war on drugs, the opioid epidemic, you know what I mean? I think we all share in that experience together, and that's what makes trap music relevant to this day. Some people played sports, some people, you know, played in the band. I sold crack, you know what I'm saying?
Now, the laughter aside, he knows that it's not a funny topic, but it is part of his story of overcoming the odds when the Pulse comes back.